Hey everyone, welcome back to another unboxing video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Hiya Toys Mini Exquisite Alien vs Predator Requiem Predalien figure, and as well as the Halo Infinite Spartan Collection Jega Rdomnai figure. So yeah, these are two really cool little figures I was able to pick up. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it and we'll be right back. Starting off with the Predalien figure, now this is actually the battle damage variant, hence the two little scars, as well as the greenish yellow blood on top, and just some other battle damage spots here and there. I found this at a comic book shop at a mall I went to. It was actually a little pricier than what it is online, but I figured with tax and shipping, it came about to where you think it would. But overall, I mean, it's a pretty cool little figure. And starting off with the detail, I mean, there's just some really cool, just all the textures and everything that I remember from the Predalien design. I actually really enjoy the AVP Requiem movie. I know not everyone's favorite, a cup of tea, but definitely, for me, one of the standouts was the Wolf Predator, which I got not too long ago. And then obviously the Predalien, I thought were really fun additions and just really cool kind of creatures that they added to the movie. And their fight scenes throughout the film were pretty entertaining. So yeah. But go ahead and take a look at articulation. The articulation on this guy is in a way similar to NECA's. Not NECA's original Predalien, but just like how they do their alien articulations nowadays. It comes with the basic joints and everything. Obviously the tongue is able to come out, the neck's on kind of this small ball joint, although it doesn't have a lot of range of motion. But you can see all the hinge and swivel joints and ball joints on the shoulder, elbows, and wrist. As well as obviously the hips are on ball joints. The waist is kind of on a ball joint. Oh yeah, and those little tube things are on ball joints. And yeah, and so on again. The knees are on these hinge joints, double hinge. They could do a double jointed knee and elbow. And even the kind of the feet are on, I think, ball joints. Or no, actually, I think they're hinge joints. And just like NECA's, the tails is actually on a rubber. Is a rubber tail with a wire inside, so that's pretty cool. And it's actually a very sturdy wire. At least the few times I was kind of messing around with it, it kind of got loose after a while. But I figured, that tends to happen when you mess with anything for a little bit. But even so, the amount of range of motion you get on this guy is pretty good, and just the tail being on a wire just makes it very impressive. You can get this into some pretty cool moves, although I still feel a little bit hindered by it. I think that could just because it's standing on its kind of almost looks like its toes, so it doesn't have a lot of great balance. But even with that said, I mean, if you're one of those people who you know how to work with figures, you know how to get them to balance and everything like that, you can get this guy into some really cool poses. And he does come with a base. Although it's not a great base in my opinion, you can still get him, and you can still use that to kind of help you stand this guy up and get him some really cool poses. But yeah, I mean, overall articulation's pretty solid. Taking a look at his accessories, he actually does come with just a little bit. He comes with his base right here, which again, it's not my favorite. He kind of slides off it a lot, but there's that peg there for him to put to kind of stabilize him. And as you can see, those are the H clips that each kind of base comes with, and this is so that you can actually connect the bases together and make almost this kind of really cool diorama. I was able to kind of connect this and the Predator together, as you can see right here. Just kind of make it. I tried to recreate that pose that at the end of the movie when the Predator, stuck his blades up the Predalien's head, and the Predalien stuck its spiky tail through the Predator's chest, and just kind of making that cool looking pose. But here we can see, and I accidentally dropped it because these things are so small. But he comes with additional hands, so he comes with the open hands. And then is the alternative hand, which is supposed to be kind of more of a closed fist, although for some reason, mine's, and I didn't catch this till afterwards, mine only came with one set of hands, or one spare hand, so that kind of sucks, but yeah. And now we'll be taking a look at some poses I got him into. And that's our quick look at the figure. Now let's go ahead and check out the next one. Alright, taking a look at Jega Rdomnai. Now, one thing I'll say about this figure is that it's actually very tall. Like, it's very big, and it's really cool. If anyone remembers, there was the Arbiter, and I was slightly disappointed just because there was issues with it. Like, the articulation could have been better in some spots. Also, the joints were very loose, and the sword was very rubbery to the point where it came out very warped. This guy fixes all of those issues. And I mean, we'll get into it later, but just taking just a closer look at him, I mean, the detail is there. I don't know if this is because Halo Infinite took a much more like simplistic, design, going down the design road. But this guy, he actually doesn't look that different from his little 3 or 4 inch version, and so that's either going to be a good or bad thing for you. But again, I think that might just be because the game itself, like the design is a lot more simpler, but I'm fine with that. He still looks really good. And looking at the articulation, he is similar to the Arbiter, but one thing that I think makes this guy just much better is, I mean, if you look right here, I'm trying to show off, I mean, he not only can he actually look up and down, although the little plastic piece kind of, keeps him from looking completely up, but he can actually also look side to side, which is something I think the Arbiter lacks just severely. He needed a side to side articulation for his neck because, I mean, you really couldn't pose him in many poses, but here, I mean, that one small change just completely helps it much more. But you get mostly the same articulation as the Arbiter. I will say because of the gauntlet on his right shoulder, or the like armor piece on his shoulder, it makes it hard for him to move his lift up his shoulder all the way. But even so, it still works, and the arm piece has a more simplistic, similar to the 3 or 4 inch version. But he does have a wrist swivel for the little robot arm, which is really cool. And yeah, I mean, like I said, it's very similar to Arbiter's. He even has like the little toe articulation, as you'll see right here. Like you can actually move the toes up and down. That helps a lot with trying to stand him up. And so yeah, I mean, and the joints are much stiffer. Or at least they're much better than the Arbiter's loose joints. So yeah, overall articulation is much better on this one. And taking a look at some accessories here, you can see he has the pulse carbine, which that's all right. I mean, I figure they probably gotta fill these boxes with more accessories to justify the $30-$40 price range. But he also comes with a sword, which the plastic is much stiffer, so it didn't come out warped, which is really good. And he has a variety of sort of hands that you can replace him with, like the pointing hands, the more kind of closed fist, and an open hand and whatnot. And so yeah, I mean, it's really comes really good accessories. And now we're gonna be taking a look at some poses I got him into. And just one thing real quick I want to say is I actually really like posing this guy. I got him some poses that I did enjoy. So I just now realized I forgot to do size comparisons for the Predalien, but oh well, here we are with the Jega, and first size comparison is going to be his little 3-4 inch counterpart, and I don't know, that just gives me the don't mess with me or my son ever again vibe. Here he is to the Halo Infinite Spartan Collection Master Chief, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool with seeing together. I really hope we get an Escher one day, but we'll see. And here's Arbiter with Jega, and over time I've actually come to enjoy the Arbiter figure a lot more. I just kind of look past his faults, but I will say one thing that I think they kind of messed up on is that Jega is supposed to be around 7 feet tall or a little bit more, but Arbiter is supposed to be like 8'2", and here the Arbiter is actually kind of smaller than Jega. So I don't know what happened there, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they'll do a reissue. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. And about does it for the unboxing video. I want to thank y'all for watching. I really enjoyed these two figures. They're pretty cool little additions to my collection, as General Grievous would say. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching. And stay tuned for the next video. If you want to check out some of my stuff, I put pictures of my collection, my art, and all that stuff on my Instagram, Giovanni Arts Collectibles. And so check that out. And have a great day. Bye.